Hey, and welcome to Kat's Message of the Day. If this is your first time here, it's wonderful to have you here with me today. And before I get into the message, please note that this is a collective group message. It may not resonate with you today, and that's okay. Come back and visit me tomorrow where that message may be more aligned with what you need to know. So let's deep dive into the message. Before I do, I'm going to stipulate today is quite a strong one. And for those of you, if it doesn't resonate what I'm about to share with you, that's okay. This is just offering a different perspective, okay? That's simply all I'm doing. Overcoming anxious moments takes shutting down the what-if thoughts. You know the ones. All the negative and fearful thoughts that play out the worst case scenarios through our mind. The thoughts that tell you you can't, the thoughts that tell you you're not good enough, the thoughts that tell you you don't deserve it, all of those and all the thousands of other thoughts, whatever goes in that holds you back. Your thoughts alone can cause you to feel anxious, overwhelmed, fearful, and even scared. What if you told your thoughts to shut up? Replace them with thoughts that encourage and empower you. Tell yourself that you can do it and that all the what ifs are now about you flying, succeeding, achieving, that you're good enough, that you can do this, that you deserve that. Then wouldn't you feel different? All the negative what ifs can get you to the point it's debilitating. It's that debilitating that it holds you back from moving forward or taking action. Your thoughts have the power to take you out. However, your emotional state can be the superpower. When you acknowledge how you're feeling in that moment, whether it be anxious, frustrated, whatever, you can then shift your emotional state by being consciously aware of how you're feeling. So bring it to the surface and go, you know what, I feel shit. Oh my gosh, I feel anxious right now. You can then use tools to shift how you're emotionally feeling. You can bring in tools such as movement. Just moving our body, clapping, can actually shift your emotional state. Listening to music that you love, music that's got some vibrancy, some energy in it, and you moving to it can shift your emotional state. For those of you who like more of a quiet form, meditation. The 3 M's. Movement, music, meditation. And maybe there's another tool that you want to bring in that you know that can make you feel better. That's all this is in essence. Rather than just accepting that you feel anxious, frustrated, whatever, acknowledge it and go, I feel this way. Now, what am I going to do to change the way that I'm feeling? Say it out aloud. That's what I do. I speak to myself a lot. And you know what? It's one of the healthiest things that I do. Because it really enables you to become consciously aware of exactly how you're feeling rather than just sitting in it and just going, oh, I don't know why I feel like this. You don't have to necessarily know the answer. You just have to acknowledge how you're feeling and then consciously choose to go, no, I'm not going to sit in this anymore. I go back to a video that I did a while ago. It's okay to have a bad day. No, it's not. Why would you want to be okay with that? That leads to a mediocre life. Shift it and go, I'm not okay with a bad day. Absolutely, our emotions are a bit like a roller coaster and a heartbeat. Up, down, up, down. That is perfectly normal. But it's when we often attach a label to a way that we're feeling that we go, oh, that's okay because I've got anxiety or I've got depression. I'm not dismissing that you have those. What I'm saying is just in moments of feeling anxious or depressed, give it a go. Give it a go and see if you can emotionally shift yourself, because you're far more powerful than what you give yourself credit for sometimes. Being aware, not accepting or settling how you feel can be the difference between positive or negative thoughts. And I'm going to add to that, can be the difference in how you show up every day. Do you show up the best version of you, or do you show up the mediocre version of you? What do you choose? And once again, this comes from practice, practice, practice. And I'm going to add, you need to choose it. You have to choose it. I choose to be in a positive, balanced emotional state every day. Because up until I was 40, from 17, I know what it was like not to be in a fulfilling and a positive environment. And I chose from the day that I left that I was never going to go back there. And I haven't. I'm not saying for one moment that I don't have the moments of doubt. Absolutely. I'm human. And I'm going to, as I said before, I want to share a story. There was a few years back where I decided to become a director of a female entrepreneur club. And it involved, when I was offered the opportunity, my heart sank, my heart started to beat, I got sweaty. I was like, oh my gosh. Because she said, oh, you need to have events every month. You need to speak in front of public, in front of a crowd. And back then, I would say I would rather die than public speak. And some of you may have said I had an anxiety attack. Some of you I just said I was stressed out with the thought. But I just went, I took some deep breaths and I just said yes. I just went for it and thought, you know what, when that time comes, I'll deal with it then. Because my wanting to attain the goals of where I want to go in my life was stronger in that moment. And I thought, you know what? I'm just going to say yes. Scared the bejesus out of me. The fear of doing what I had to do. I remember. And so then the day came. So I signed the documents, the contract, and locked myself in for a year as director of a female entrepreneur club that held live events every month. And I had to market the event. I had to hold the space. I did the whole thing myself. Found a place to hire out. All so out of my comfort zone. I've not done this before. And I remember just going, you've got this, Kat. You've got this, just one step at a time. And if you don't know something, ask somebody that does. Take a deep breath. And I knew about that if I became emotionally unbalanced, this stops functioning at full capacity. It's no longer logical. So it was really that time where my guts started to churn. And, you know, I'm sure some of you out there watching this can really know that feeling and you feel like you're going to throw up. And I just pushed through it. However, then the day came for the launch. The evening came and my partner was there who actually launched it, and she was so comfortable in public speaking and did the whole presentation, and it was wonderful. However, there was a slot for me to get up there and introduce myself, because from the next month moving forward, it was my turn. I can share with you the emotional roller coaster I went through, to the point I felt sick. I thought I was going to pass out. The sweats. I had my husband there and he kept saying, what are you worried about? What are you worried about? And I couldn't breathe at times. And this was going into overdrive, going, they're going to laugh at you, Kat. They're going to look at you like you're an idiot. You're not good enough. You know that you're not meant to public speak. I can go through all of the worst case scenarios. There's so many. I don't want to hold you up too long. But I'm sharing with this and in hope that it connects with something that you've experienced that scares the bejesus out of you and that's held you back. That was holding me back. Because if I didn't do that, I can assure you I would not be doing this right now as we speak. Absolutely not. And I overcame it. I went in there and I planned all what I was going to write, what I was going to say. That went out the window. Couldn't find my speech, couldn't find anything I was going to speak about. So I did a presentation by the seat of my pants. And do you know what I shared? I shared with them exactly how I was feeling before I got in front of them. I shared the nerves, the feeling sick, the thought of passing out, that I didn't have everything right, that they were going to laugh at me. I was so vulnerable in, I think it was about a 5-minute presentation. At the end of it, and I ended up getting, I feel that there was emotions that really came to the surface through all the nerves and the stresses and the feeling anxious and not good enough. And I got off and I took a deep breath and I went, I did it. Oh my gosh, I did it. I didn't focus on what I'd said and that what they thought. It was the fact, the sense of achievement that I did that. Wow. And then after the euphoric state came all the doubt, as I'm sure some of you have experienced. And then that doubt was squashed. I had a woman come up and cry and say, wow, what you shared was powerful. From that moment, that shifted. And then that was a part of my journey of going, you know what, I just need to be organic. Because I feel that authenticity and people being organic is missing in our social media and in our world today. People present this facade. And so that is one of the reasons why I do the videos the way that I do them. I want to be authentic. And if emotion comes up, I want to share that with you. Because it's missing in our world today is the authenticity. And people being genuine. And so I hope that me sharing that story may assist you in something that you're going through right now, that maybe that fear is so overwhelming and that feeling of anxiousness that you're feeling sick. Take some deep breaths. Realign yourself and know that you've got this. When you take away the fear and you sit and you're in your logical state of your logical mind state where you're emotionally balanced, you know you can do it. You know in every cell of your being you can do it. But this wants to take you out in the form of you feeling anxious, stressed, sick. So tell it to shut the hell up, that you've got this. So I'm going to move on to the daily guidance for angels page, which is a page that I pull. I have no idea what I've pulled. So oh my gosh. Yes, I just finished saying, know that you've got this. And I'm going to say absolutely, because the page is, know that you've already won. I feel this burst of energy and I hope that you can feel it, that it comes through the camera, because I'm with you every step of the way. Know that I'm with you, I'm supporting you, empowering you. And what I mean by that is you empower yourself, but I'm there to support you in empowering you. This is unbelievable. Know that you've already won. Absolutely. So before I get into this message, I myself need to recenter myself and rebalance because of the excitement that I feel. So let's take a deep breath together and close our eyes. Then we can recenter ourselves to really just absorb all the beautiful words that this message has for you. Let's go. When you see an advertisement saying that you may have already won a jackpot, your body becomes activated with excitement. Yet such words are true. You have already won. Every prize imaginable is in life is yours. So there's no need for you to search any longer. You're already the winner, and you claim your prizes through affirmative thinking and positive emotions. Imagine what it feels like to swim in a sea of manifested desires. Retain that sensation along with your gratitude, and it shall be done. You're a winner through and through. The more you know the fact, the more you live it. Thought for today. I open my arms to receive every valuable thing that heaven brings me. I now feel rich in every way. I deserve to win, and when I do so, everybody else out ahead as well. I easily collect my rewards. I want to read that last thing again. I deserve to win, and when I do so, everybody else comes out ahead as well. I easily collect my rewards. Wow, wow, wow. As you could see that I got some of my words tongue twisted because I was still excited about the actual message. So I clearly didn't recenter myself enough for that particular message. So let's move along onto the Universal Love Healing deck. Before I read this card, let's see what, the Goddess. So the Goddess, don't necessarily, if you are a male watching this, please don't take that literal. This is about that you all are amazing beings, and it takes you to believe that and know that. Because as you can see with the message, when we do shift that emotional state of being and our mindset and our thoughts, you can achieve whatever you want. And that was in this book that said that. So the Goddess. Let's go to the page. The Goddess. Before I do, if you'd like to close your eyes, take another breath. Just to recenter yourself so you can absorb the words from this message. Creativity, intuition, reflection. Look at the image and note what feelings emerge. The lady in the picture with the moon reflecting behind her is here to remind you of your intuitive and creative power. Power that somewhat faded over the past months. There is much to be gained by reconnecting with your intuitive creative power, for it is the very essence of life and all creation. All it takes is for you to look inside. Pay attention to what you feel in your heart and let your inner goddess shine through you. For she holds the power of the entire universe, and as such, so do you. We've all got an inner guidance, male or female. You know what, for you guys out there, embrace it. Look at it as a positive thing. Because when you do, it enables you to really find and discover that you too just are as intuitive as women. So we can say the inner God in you if that resonates more rather than the goddess. But know that everything you need is within you. It's up to you to find and manage the positive rather than really absorb and focus on the negative within you. Shift your stories. Shift these. When it tells you that you can't, tell it that you can. Because anxiousness, that feeling of anxious or overwhelm, it's not easy. However, it's achievable to manage those emotions and those thoughts. You just have to be consciously aware and choose to. And again, like I said, bring in the tools of music, movement, and meditation. And I'm going to add one extra, which is breathing. It's amazing that when you feel this sense of overwhelm, that if you stop and just go, I'm going to breathe right now, take some really deep breaths, it's amazing how often it can rebalance you, and then all of a sudden the logical thoughts start coming in and going, yeah, you know what, if I do this, this and this, that's going to work. I'm sure like me, you've all experienced that, where you've bought into your thoughts, and then you've stopped and went, hang on a minute, do some breathing, I've recentered myself, and then all of a sudden what seemed so difficult a couple of minutes prior is now not that difficult, that I can achieve it. So what in your life are your thoughts taking you out and holding you back? And what in your life do you feel anxious or overwhelmed about, that now, looking and hearing after hearing this, you've discovered that you have the ability to shift it through just acknowledging it, consciously acknowledging it and going, shit, this is how I feel, I'm going to shift it. I hope that you get to take some things away from today's message that really will assist you in giving some really tangible tools to assist you to move forward. So if you really enjoyed today's video, I'd be so grateful if you'd like my video, plus subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's Cat's Message of the Day. Please remember that you matter. You matter. After all, you are your most valuable asset. So invest in you. So for today, take care.